welcome to the Heart, Mind, and Voice Show. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Hello,
Tonight,
Friday.
happy Saturday. Why am I struggling in my seat?
You about to roll off the screen.
It is such a nice time to be here tonight. I don't know why, but I'm glad we're on the show tonight. I feel good tonight. I said tonight. I didn't say today. I said tonight. I feel like this is a breath of fresh air. We have so much to talk about. This is a really good and very interesting show tonight, ladies. Woo! We have a lot to uncover tonight. Very interesting topics. Are y'all ready?
Oh,
Ready.
so ready.
We ready.
Are y'all ready? Oh my God. Hello, HMB fam. We're so glad to be back on the air tonight. We miss you guys. We miss you guys every single day. Be sure to tune in weekly, every day on our podcast. We have shows that upload every week on our podcast on Apple, Spotify, and Amazon.
Yep.
Tune in, y'all. We have some good stuff. So if you miss us tonight, you can always tune in on YouTube, Facebook, or Apple, or Spotify, or Amazon. So definitely tune in weekdays, Monday through Friday, or Saturday, right here with us. And voice your own opinions, y'all. So this is your girl, Coach Shalonda. We have your girl, Miss Serious K. Looking all sexy tonight. We have your girl, Miss Queen A. Abuso. So, how are you ladies doing tonight?
Good. It's been an interesting, good week, but I am doing good. I went to the gym. I joined the gym, y'all. So I've been in the gym every
Woo!
day.
Good. Yay.
That is Serious K main thing, honey. Work out. She loved to work out, honey. Love it.
Girl,
Serious
she
K, are
did.
you in a gym or boot camp? Or
Oh,
you
you
doing
know I start back next week. So
Yes.
I had some time off and so my doctor told me, I gave me clearance. So I start back next week and I can't wait.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
You get addicted to the gym.
I
Yeah.
love it. Yes.
Yeah.
It
How
makes
was
you
your
feel
week,
good.
Coach Rhonda?
Huh?
Mhm.
How was your week?
My week was very interesting. It was just very interesting to say the least.
I like stories. So what's your
To say the least. But I will say, that I think all of us are on some health journeys. So we got some. I'm sure we all have some big goals to accomplish by summer, right? I'm
Mhm.
sure.
thing? I'm just trying to make it a lifestyle. I mean, of course, I
Yeah.
want to get it right, get it tight for the summer, but I want to definitely make this a lifestyle. I feel so much better since I've been going to the
Mhm.
gym. So
The one thing I've noticed, the older you get, the easier. I'm talking, you can put on a pound or two
Mhm.
in about 30 minutes.
Oh yeah.
On my line. In
yeah,
about 30 minutes. And it takes you about 10 days to take off that 1 pound. Okay, maybe 5 days to take off that 1 pound.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes serious discipline and workout. And I mean, you have to focus and work out to shed those pounds. But putting them on, it takes the older you get. So, all you little nice, well built young folks, please just make it a lifestyle. Eat healthy, eat right, work out every
Mhm.
day. You can eat what you
Yes.
want, just work out hard every day. That way,
Yeah.
wherever you eat, you can work it off and just flush it out of your system.
I
Flush
wish I
out.
was like my mom. My
Mhm.
mom told me, I wish I listened to her. She always said because up until 30, like I was so small, and she was like,
Yep.
need not, like don't eat all that junk food. And child, as soon as I turned like 30 something, like the weight just packed on. And I'm like, I've been up and down ever since. But
Mhm.
especially going to the doctor, it's interesting that this is a 6 year, which, deals with, when you study in a six, it definitely deals with health and balancing out yourself. So you can be your optimum best. You can feel happy, emotional. You can feel, very emotional, happy, whatever. But especially when I went to the doctor and they indicated I had some inflammatory infection and still trying to discover what that is. So the best way to really deal with it until they discover where it's coming from is to work out, is to lose the weight, eat right. But y'all, I can't even eat. I tried to eat a donut the other day. I'm like, I'm just gonna eat that. I ate the whole damn donut, and I was. But listen, it felt like I just blew up again. So I
Mhm.
noticed that I cannot eat certain foods no more. Even if I just want a little simple snack, I gotta work it off hard.
Yeah, you
Oh
need some
my God.
anti-inflammatory vitamins, and those berries are real good too.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
heard that. I just started eating a lot of berries. I have a bunch
Hmm.
of strawberries and blackberries. I hate raspberries, but yeah, I've been looking. I've been searching online to see what's the best method because the doctors they always want to pump you up with a bunch of medication.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, and I don't like medication. Like I can't stand it. But
Yeah.
like I would have a headache, y'all, and I would not even take nothing for it because I can't stand taking popping pills or whatever. But
Hmm.
so now I'm learning what to use, what foods to
Hmm.
use and eat that's going to help reduce the inflammatory. So the inflammation.
Hmm. And
Yeah.
I've changed up another secret too, which I guess is really not a secret. Water, the intake of water drinking. And I've now, and I used to dedicate a gallon a day. Now I started back dedicate, but now where I used to drink from the gallon itself, just turn it up, the actual jug. But now I pour it into a cup, into a water cup or whatever. Um,
Hmm.
I infuse the water with lemon or orange or some type of
Hmm.
fruit, a strawberry,
Hmm.
even
Yeah.
cucumber. And it makes a difference. It
Wow.
definitely makes a difference. For me, I would do that. I'm like, no, I'm just going to turn it up, or I would put the packets. My thing were the flavor packets, which we all know
Hmm.
that's not good. But I would, in my mind, I can't do it no other way. So I would do the packets. So I stopped the packets and say, okay, well, I got to do if I got to do the plain water, I need to do something. So my doctor said, okay, well, how about infusing the water? How about putting some fruit? And you know how you would see they
Hmm.
put that in
Hmm.
things, the hotels. You're like,
Uh-huh.
okay, yeah, let me try that. So it definitely makes a difference when you're drinking more than just a glass of water.
Yeah.
You got to drink that some
I love water so much. My husband, he buy like 6 cases at a time.
Yeah, well, you.
I love it, but I just kind of, how they tell you have to drink half in ounces of your body weight of
Yeah,
water. That's how much intake you need a day. So I just kind of know how many bottles,
yeah,
I do like 8 bottles. I just drink them back to back, but I start. My secret was starting as soon as I wake up. After I brush
yep.
my
That's
teeth,
me.
right then you gonna
Yep.
get it in. But if you wait until 12, 1 o'clock, you ain't gonna get all your ounces in. You're
Nope.
not gonna get it. Then
Yeah.
now never do the gallon because it was almost like having a full plate of food. It was overwhelming for me, like looking at that
Mhm.
gallon, like, oh, I gotta drink. So the bottles really helped me because it wasn't so like, oh, I'm just right there. That's all I drink. So I just, drink the water.
Yeah,
But I did hear that lemon, like squeezing
yeah,
lemon juice in your water was almost like an appetite suppressant.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
is. It definitely helped. I met with her this week. I started this week, along with, help and stuff. Just this week alone, and I started went Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday. 7 pounds. Just this week,
Yeah.
7 pounds. I got on the scale, 7 pounds minus negative.
Congratulations.
Just this week.
Yeah.
So
Congratulations, because it's hard.
definitely helps. Yeah. So I'm like, well, I can't wait to see the next week and the week after and the week because if we can do 7 times 12. But
Hey,
anyway,
Don, the realist.
You know what? He already started. Like
really, really
to
now,
cut up.
really.
He be waiting. He be
We
waiting.
miss you today, Donald. I was looking for you. I was like, I forgot you. You had something going on.
No, he didn't. Hey, Kim. No, he didn't. Well, that's good chat, y'all. Let's get started our show. First of all, of course, y'all, we know that this is the last Saturday. Well, we don't have to let it be the last Saturday, but according to the calendar and everything, it's the last Saturday. Hi, Nikki.
Hey, Nikki.
Everybody coming in. Forget you, Donald. It's the last Saturday of Black History Month, of the Black History Month, although Black History is every day, all year, every year. But it's the last Saturday of Black History Month that the calendar recognized. So, of course, we have another Black History Excellence Spotlight that we want to recognize. And I'm very excited about these two Black women here. And the reason why I wanted to bring up these two young ladies because me and my buddy here, Miss Queen A, we have a lot of conversations about the corporate world. We really do. I mean, some really, really deep conversations about the corporate world and just how I mean she's working on a book. And I'm not gonna reveal the book because I don't know if she wants it out there, but if she wants it out there, she can reveal it. But it's about, the corporate world and everything and just how things go on. And we both are in the corporate world and just dealing with things that are just so unfortunate in so many ways and just with systems, with politics, and just with everything. And then to just see the motivation here, these two Black women that have conquered, the things that are just, there's so many challenges. I mean, there's so many things that are so hard to get past. We can get past, and I mean, we're children of God. So we can get past so much, but we cannot deny the walls that we actually have to tear down. I don't know if our producer is in the. I don't know if she's in the corporate world, if she's in nonprofit, but it's just a lot that we have to do. I know Sirius K is her. She business owner, but it's a lot that we have. She's in the beauty world, but but it's a lot that that we have to deal with, and to for these two ladies. To be two Black CEOs. And one thing I look up, it was like 41 women that are known, that are 41 women, y'all. 41 women, as we know of, according to research, that are CEOs of companies today. But two, did y'all hear what I said? Two.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, 41 women. We're talking about companies. You know how many companies in the world today?
Mm-hmm.
Only 41, and two CEOs are Black of the Fortune
Wow.
500. Two.
Our producer said, she put in the chat, she said, Rosalind Ross, she is the CEO of Walgreens Boots
Mhm.
Alliance, and the Sonda Brown Duckett is the CEO of TIAA. So major companies.
Major. They are Fortune 500 list for 2021. That's historic. Two Black female CEOs, first time ever. And it's Rosalind, they call her Roz. And she's the CEO of Walgreens Boots Alliance, Walgreens, pharmacy.
Mm-hmm.
And Tashonda Brown Duckett, the CEO of TIAA. You know what that is. That's a life insurance, new insurance for New York. I think it's an entity of the New York Life Insurance. The annual Fortune 500 list features the 500 largest American companies by total revenue. Now, the revenue was crazy because these companies, they are of the $1 trillion companies. So they're not over $1 million companies.
Mm-hmm.
Small to
Mm-hmm.
medium size. They're they are part of the $1 trillion. They make up $1 trillion companies. They're part of that network. So
Right.
they were making major moves. And I was watching a show, and Tashonda, she was speaking, and just to know, she made a statement, and she said, "It does not escape me that I am standing on the shoulders of giants, including the cooks and janitors and others who look like me and were first to enter corporate America. They created the space for me to for me to have this opportunity. My hope is that corporate America realizes that talent is created equally, but opportunity is not. And we all acknowledge that there's still more work to be done."
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is. And another thing I like about this is kind of like a joke, but it's a true joke with Tashonda. This is an inside joke, but it's true if you listen to it. Remember, we talked about the banks, Wells Fargo and
Mhm.
Chase. Remember how I said, Chase got it going on? Well, y'all, she was the former CEO of Chase.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
Remember
That's,
when I told y'all about Chase? I was
that's
like, well, Chase is America's bank.
wow.
Now
That's
I know why. Now I know. I'm like, well, that's the reason why. I mean, look. I mean, now she's not the, of course, the CEO anymore. But now, hello, it was in good hands, and she's no longer there. But still, I understand why Chase is like
right.
a great bank
mhm.
to bank in. I'm like, well, now I understand. You know. But
Black
yeah. So go ahead, Queen. A, you
Black
want to say
women are really rising though.
this
Whereas
is the
Yeah, things are
time.
changing.
yeah,
Yes, this
Mhm.
and
is
I
the
believe
time.
it's more to come in terms of Black women rising because Black women been suppressed for so long, and then not only they have to prove themselves because they are a woman, but because they are Black as well. But I definitely see changes in corporate in terms of Black women, and especially in the tech world, Black women are rising even more in the tech world. So but it's just, I'm just glad to see what's happening, and I can't wait to see the changes is going to occur amongst Black people, but especially Black women.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. And there's been talk stating that this is the time for Black women, and we can see how things are changing. I know we talk, we have friends, we have family, we see how friends and family are making strides, are making moves with their businesses. It's more Black entrepreneurs than Black women entrepreneurs
Right.
than ever that are making major moves, and they're really doing
Mhm.
some things. We have one in the chat right now that are making some great moves. We have them right
Mhm.
here on the show that are making some great moves. So yeah, this is the time now, and I think it's definitely time. It's definitely time. It,
Yeah.
it's definitely time. I would say that.
You
You
know
know,
what I would say too? One thing I thought about, like say, I was speaking to someone earlier about a vision board. It would be great for Black women to put yourself, like you don't have to display it to the world, but put yourself on a Black History post and name your vision. So
oh
that
wow,
way you
beautiful.
giving life to your future, and it's
Mhm.
like you are because you want to make history. So you are putting yourself in history, saying this is me, speaking to yourself and saying, "This is me. This is going to be me. This is what I'm becoming. This is what I am," and really speaking to yourself. So every time, I mean, you don't got to do it just during Black History Month, but I'm just saying you can do it
Right.
every.
Yes.
But it's more special as well when you post and you put yourself in a little newspaper, however you want to do it. Put Black History Month, and just put yourself as in Black History Month. So
Yes.
Love that.
Yes.
I
mhm.
love
Yes.
that. Make a post. Make your own
That's
Black
good.
history.
Yeah,
Love
exactly.
that.
Put yourself in history,
Mhm.
y'all.
Yes.
Love that. So do that, ladies. Let's be mindful. Let's do that
And
too.
men too, though.
Mhm.
Wow. Well, some good Black History excellence spotlight. So let's move further along in the show. We want to take out a moment first. We've all heard about the Ukrainian and the Russia um, war. So we just want to pray for the Ukrainians. We want to pray for the world right now. It's so much that is going on, so much evil that is taking place in this world that is not fair, that is just really taken over. And so we know that prayer changes things, prayer changes people, prayer changes situations. We know that prayer works.
Mhm.
So all the prayer warriors across the world, get on your knees and get to praying. Go
Yeah.
to work. Because we know
Yeah.
man cannot beat nor stop prayers.
Yes.
So all of our love, our heart, our thoughts goes out to everyone. And we are definitely praying for our fellow brethren.
Mhm.
We are praying for the Ukrainians.
Yes.
All right, y'all. All right, let's get into the show. Now, we're going to start off with our hot topic tonight. And this is a very unique topic. We're going to talk about Second Life. I don't know if a lot of people have heard of Second Life, but when I did a little research on Second Life, did y'all know that Second Life was like had was created like in the late 90s?
Yep.
I didn't know that. Well, of course I wouldn't know. I'm not really into that kind of stuff, but I'm really not.
Mhm.
Did y'all know? So you knew, of course, Queen. Serious K. Of course, Queen A would know.
Yeah, I know.
But it went through. It didn't have. I don't know if it was that name, but they could not, like, it was already created, but they had issues in the coding and the
That's
technology
it.
and stuff. They had issues in the
Mhm.
coding and all of that.
That's
So,
it.
but it was around for some time. But now it's becoming more popular. So
I guess
Yes.
that makes sense because of the video games. Back then the kids were, avatars, so to speak. So
yeah,
yeah, and that was in my son back in the '90s playing video games. So it makes
Right.
sense.
but when you think about, see how we talk about movies, I think we all mentioned it before. In movies, they always display what's to come. Remember that show, The Avatar?
Uh
Yep.
huh. Uh huh.
So
Yep.
yeah, and it was like, I'm sure before the Avatar, it was already in the making and people were already using it. But the Avatar, like, it just really displayed the cartoon, the Jetsons. And that was like when we were younger. So, that was like almost what, 40 years ago.
That's
So
a
Yeah.
long time.
and
Yeah.
we see all of that happening now. So listen, I think television be prophetic.
Yeah. And I used to love the Jetsons because I love Flintstones. So I used to
Oh
love
yeah.
the Flintstones.
Hmm.
That was one of my
Even the
favorite
Jetsons
parts.
came on after Flintstones. Now
Yep.
millennials are watching this like, who the hell is Flintstones? Who the hell are the Jetsons? But
But I just have to say this one cartoon, the Road Runner. I hated that that it can
Road.
never catch the
the road,
I love the Road Runner.
Are you serious?
I
Oh,
like all the Warner
yeah,
Brothers cartoons, Bugs
yeah,
Bunny, all that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I do too. But Second Life, I became aware. Okay, Donald, go on now. He's talking about oh boy. You know,
Donald.
so Second Life, I became aware of Second Life watching the talk show, and they were talking about the guest was talking about. I think she was a guest co-host. She was talking about how she decided. I guess she had a membership or whatever, and she was talking about she created her little avatar, and I guess you can create your own life however you want it to be, rich, poor, whatever, and if you want it long hair, short hair, whatever you want, black, white, whatever, and sexy, fine, fat, whatever. Meet whomever you wanted to meet, have whatever you wanted to have. And so she was saying some funny things about it. She was saying how she met this guy and how he was, light bright, but he had a dark, you know, woo woo. And so and so I was like, wow, wait a minute. And so she was, and it was, it was her avatar and it was his avatar. And so she was saying how, it was just so fascinating. If I'm not mistaken, I think that she went like across country, like to another country. And, like you can just, and when I was researching it, I think they said 65% internet. It was 65% international users, and then the rest, you know, the US. And I'm like, wow. So okay. And I wonder why. And so they say they want to enhance it, make it more where people can connect. They really don't want to make it so that they have to use a what do you call those headsets? VR, the VR headsets and stuff.
The virtual reality.
So yeah, and it's adult users, not kid friendly right now. It's still adult users, but I think their component is metaverse, something like that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
metaverse. Yeah.
But it's more headsets, and out of probably the kids get on it and everything else. But so they're have to tweak a lot of stuff because anything kid friendly, that's
Right.
a wrap. It's a wrap. So they're really working on it. But the thing, hey Donald, if we say hey one more time. So it's just amazing to me how things like that fascinate people, and how just think about that. Serious K, what do you think about that? Just escaping into a second life. Would you be interested?
Oh, I would be interested in that, but you know what? I know I can see, but I can see this. I can see our future turning into like a virtual reality
Yeah.
thing. As far as I can see this done on job interviews,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially
Okay.
with
Oh,
COVID. We don't know if there's another pandemic
Probably
gonna
would
come
like
or
it
whatever,
like
but
that.
I
yeah.
can see that you sitting there in the office and you sitting and there's the person's interviewing you, both your avatars are communicating back and forth. I can also see even thought about like now I'm doing online school, right? And
Mhm.
sometimes your teachers want you to create these videos because they just want to see who you are,
Right.
look at you and listen to you. So I can kind of see that going into online studying, like meeting a teacher or your peers or whatever.
Mhm.
So there's definitely, I think there's going to be some advancement with this virtual reality stuff.
Right.
Oh wow. What do you think, Queen A?
Y'all already know.
In a good way.
In a good way. I already went online and you can join for free, but you probably have limited access.
Yeah, yeah.
But so I love technology. So but I find it interesting that, and I definitely agree with Series K with that is the way we seem to be going. But I'm part of Zoe Ministries in New York, and they have a prophetic virtual conference. They have it twice a year. And we literally have to make our avatar. So we don't have to be seen or anything like that. You create the avatar whichever way you like. And he said it to us. He was like, he was preparing us for the future. So when we go to these conferences online, we are whatever we want to be in in the conference, and we go and we just enjoy church online, and it's really interesting and fun. So I mean, I like it. I would love to create a whole second life and just kind of, I like entertaining stuff like that. So I'll
And
probably
there
do
are some
a whole
jobs.
lot.
No, I'm sorry, y'all know I forgot to say this, but there are some jobs that are also creating like a virtual reality thing. I have a client that her job is, it's a global company, so they use avatars.
Wow.
Their clients use avatars, and they meet with them online and in this virtual world, and they do the hair how they want, the clothing, the outfit, the glasses, everything. So
So
yeah.
let me ask
That's
you
cool.
this, Queen A, since you have used the avatar, so do you have to guide the avatar and everything? Like,
Yeah,
how
you
do you?
use your mouse and you guide it. You can walk, you can run, you can jump it, you can clap, you can laugh, whatever you want to do. And
Well,
yeah,
I think I'm still not coordinated. I think I would just be all over the place. Like, wait, where did I go?
yeah.
I
And
know.
then, so even like in coaching, like they have this whole thing with the avatar. You can go like if you're doing a coaching session or you're doing like a therapy session
Yeah.
where you go in and you get to choose where you want to be. So if you want to be on the beach with your therapist or coach or whatever, you go on the beach. If you want to be in
Mm.
the office, you could, and also we learn on like we have to do online learning in terms like in a classroom and something like that. So we can go sit on computers and type. You can do all type of stuff. It's really fun. Yeah.
Wow.
It'd be interesting. I should really, you know what? In my second life, I'm gonna be a relationship sex therapist. But no,
Now,
listen,
let's move
y'all,
on.
this
Let's move on.
would be cool. Like, if you want to if you want to spice up your marriage and bring entertainment, you can create like, say for instance, you don't know how to dance or whatever, right? You can create a whole, a 3D type thing where you dancing for your husband or your wife or whatever. You just do something fun and entertaining
Yeah, that is
in the
fun.
virtual world. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick, sick, sick. Anyway, moving on. Okay, Queen A. Moving on. That's very interesting, though, and yeah, I mean, you guys.
Wait, hold on. Remember that show? See, it happened years ago. It was with what is that guy name? Was a famous but he was y'all probably like this girl always talk about sex. But he in this show they was virtual, but they were not touching, they were having sex virtually. So they got to feel the feeling of it, but they were saying that basically the show is based on the future. So in the future, you cannot touch because it was full of disease, the world was full of diseases, whatever. So they
Mm.
created it where virtually you cannot touch one another. You can put on a mask, you can assume yourself, assume that you're involved with the person, you get to choose you want to be with the person. Or if you were married, whatever, you and your spouse in separate beds, you put on this thing and you enjoy the experience, but you're not touching.
Wow, that's crazy. Let's
I
move
believe that may happen.
Let's move
Never
on
saw
to the next topic, please.
I'm into it, y'all.
Oh Lord, this next topic, crazy Kim K ain't got. Well, Kim ain't really crazy, Kim K, but that Kanye. Kim K is asking the judge, y'all, to expedite her divorce from Kanye. Kanye is harassing her. She's wanting to get a divorce because every time you look right, it's something every week with them. Do you guys see something in the blogs every week
All
about
the
them? About
time.
what
All
he's
the time.
saying?
Yeah, this guy.
And it's like something every week. So she's like, "Can you please do something where I can be free from this, from that?" From that, because he is, I think it has a lot to do with his mental
Yeah. Mhm.
health. A lot to do with his mental health, because he is so wishy-washy. All the statements he has made over the years about, just so many things, and I knew it when they got married, when they were together, and when they got married. I knew that if they were to go, well, I kind of knew that it probably would end this way. I mean, like end up like this, like they're going their separate ways. And I kind of had intuition that it would kind of be like this. Like it won't be easy when they do decide to go their separate ways on his part. And look at them. Tell me what you guys think about Kim and Kanye. Serious, Kate?
Oh, honey. Because I think he was diagnosed with
Yes.
as being bipolar, right?
Yes, he take medication.
Yeah. So
Allegedly.
I think that Kanye, my God, um he has to always be in touch with his therapist. His therapist should call him
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
advise him all the time. He need advisors, he need his attorneys, he need life coaches, he need therapists, he
Uh,
need everybody on speed dial,
Hmm.
because he's going a little bit too far, and this right here, the things that he's doing now could probably hurt him in the long run,
Yeah.
especially going to divorce court when it comes to child custody and
yeah.
seeing his children and stuff, because the way he's acting, and she got receipts for it because he's all on Instagram and
Right.
talking about the girl boyfriend and calling him names. His followers are in this girl's inbox talking bad about a boyfriend and things like that. So his attorneys need to advise him that this could hurt him if he want to see his kids. Stop acting all like erratic and harassing this girl like that. When somebody is done with you, you leave them alone.
Right.
Enough is enough.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Move on, go on. The lady is done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
Very true.
it's very sad. It's
Yeah.
sad that this guy's going through this, and it seems like the trigger for him was when his mother passed.
Yeah.
It just came full surface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Queen A?
Child, I don't know what that can be doing to these men, though. Did you
Really?
hear her past stories? Like these men, like they never the same. But anyway, Kanye to me, like I think he's beyond bipolar. Like I think I don't know. I just think but I don't want to say any, claim anything for him. But I think he really needs severe help. But you
Yeah.
know, but I'm
Yeah.
not a
Very
therapist or
patient.
anything. But just my opinion. I think that when somebody is mentally ill, they develop an obsession.
Yeah.
So I think that he is now in the stages of like he's becoming obsessed now, and then he's getting to the point where, he's harassing her. He's harassing people that she's involved with. So
Yeah.
he really needs some severe therapy and help. And I don't know how the medicine is. I know my mom when she used to take medicine for mental illness. It affected her in many ways. So because of what he does, maybe the medicine could be affecting him. I don't know if he's taking on a regular basis, but he
Mm-hmm.
really need to find something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is like another loss for him. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
a trigger.
yeah. You're right.
Right. Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
And
has
that
very.
triggers it with
Mhm.
mental illness. That you're right, Kim. If you have a loss, any type of loss, it
Mhm.
triggers it to another level. Yeah.
Yeah, he has very erratic behavior. It's really sad, really a sad situation. I guess the moral to their story is, when you see a situation like this, I think that the family should, at least advise, more so, I would say pull them to the side and maybe so not so much as fight him, because that just kind of, spark that, spark that mental, flame, that mental illness. And you cannot, let me tell you something.
Yeah, no.
I tell people time and time, you cannot fight anybody with a mental illness.
Oh
They
yeah.
don't get balance, and they think survival, and
Oh
they yeah, you cannot beat them. You cannot. Why do you think it take how many people to restrain a person that's for a reason?
I saw somebody have a mental breakdown. It was a woman, and it took 14 cops that were to tie her down.
Yeah,
And
so
that's the thing. You can't. There's a certain way that you have to approach people with mental illness.
there's a certain way.
And if you're gonna approach them, you make sure it's more than you.
Right.
That's why interventions are not only for alcoholics or drug
Yes,
addicts. You have to
yes,
do interventions for people with mental illness too,
yeah,
And so there's a way that you have to approach each level of mental illness. You don't approach all of them in the same exact way because
yeah,
they're all different. So you
yeah.
have to approach them differently. And so you have to know how to approach them. You just don't, go
I
to
tell
them
people that all the
because
time.
they won't respond
I,
well.
not
Right.
I tell
Hmm.
people that all the time. There's a way to approach them. And I'm big because I have a little one. I'm huge when it comes to little ones are involved, and they have 4 children. And I think that the family, because they're heavily involved and they're very close, clearly we see they're very close, and they should not team up and come against him, but they should team up and support him as far as getting him some help, and
Yeah.
show, we understand that she doesn't want him. So by you reaching out to him, because you're still family, you got 4 kids, you got 4 kids, all of you guys are still family. Those kids matter. And that's their father. No matter how crazy he is, that is their father. So they do need to reach out to him. They do. My thing is, they do need to come together with him, and you approach him differently. And they are rich. Get
Right.
some help. Get some professional help. There's too
Hmm.
many. Yana, AJ, there's too many folks out there. Dr. Phil, there's too many people out there that knows how to approach, where the family can come together and get the proper help, where we all can work together, and and going our separate ways, yet remaining a stable family. And that's what they need to do, because it's a done deal, but yet we're still family. So we
Yeah.
have to learn how to co-parent in a harmonious way, because we got 4 children,
Yeah.
that are our children,
Yeah.
you know.
Coach Shalonda, well, I was gonna say you. One thing I definitely commend you on. I'm pretty sure serious case like this, but you are a true ride or die. Like I'll be like, I'll be like, listen, I have an idea. It'd be a stupid idea. Girl, let's do it. But you are like, you would be the type of person that you stick it through everything. But when it comes like to mental health, because I have experienced, like for me, like with my mom and everything, it's something hard to like, you really
Yeah.
like, you need support to even deal with somebody who has mental illness.
Hmm.
And for me, and I wish I didn't do it the way I did, but I used to push her away a lot because I didn't know, I wasn't schooled on it, educated a lot on it. So I used to push her away because it was too much to kind of bear and take in.
Mhm,
So for
mhm.
her, it's probably like a lot to take in. And I don't know if she's really educated on it, but she's at the point where she's like, I'm just so over it. I'm done, because it is a lot to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and even for the getting the support, that takes a lot, because my family and I, we did try to get the support from my mom, but it took
Mhm,
a whole lot to, and
mhm.
she'd be in an institution, she'd come home, she'd right back to the same thing. But
Mhm.
with him, I don't know how true this is, but I read something the other day, and they talked about him selling his soul. And so I know in the whole entertainment industry, they do talk about something, when people sell their
Yeah.
soul. I don't know the whole meaning behind that. What is the meaning behind that anyway? But basically, they were saying something like, after he sold his soul or whatever, he went crazy. So, but because it was around the time, like they were basically saying, I forgot what I read, but it was basically saying something like, he sold his soul, but something had to be sacrificed, and his mother was sacrificed. and then after that he kind of went
Oh
crazy.
yeah, I remember them.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember.
so I don't know how true that is, but I know the whole entertainment industry. Oh, Illuminati, Green said,
Mhm.
yeah. I know the whole entertainment industry is a whole nother level in terms of is a world that we don't even know that goes on.
Yeah,
But you
that's
know what? I wanted to say something real quick about the boyfriend, and
mhm.
and and I think this could also be a ploy, for him that he's trying to get rid of the boyfriend. You know what I mean? Trying to rid this
Oh,
guy out because I
but
don't
you
know if
know,
y'all
crazy.
ever dealt with this before, but like an ex, they know you got somebody, they doing stuff to try to get rid of the new man, the new boyfriend, and this could affect her in the future with dating because people gonna be like, oh no, don't mess with her because
Oh yeah,
Kanye,
you're right.
he might do this and he might do that. You know how his mind
That's
is, so
crazy.
Trying to
this
show
could be
his
a ploy,
dominance.
kind of. Yeah,
That's
if I can't have her, then nobody can. So I'm gonna just ruin her life, you know.
Mm, mm, mm.
mm-mm. Get it together, do the right thing. That's all I can say. Get it
Yeah.
together, do the right thing. Y'all will be sure to like, share, and subscribe on our YouTube and our Facebook page, y'all. We're going to shift gears a little bit and we're going to talk about more so what the title of the show means, y'all. Woo! Let's get into some. Look at Queen A. Seriously.
So type of entertainment in my life, y'all. So type.
We're going to talk about cheating is not about the sex, right? Or is cheating about the sex? Cheating ain't about the sex. Well, it's cheating about the sex, y'all. I have heard so many myths that when men cheat, it ain't about the sex. When women cheat, I don't know about women. Well, Queen A tell us about that. But I
I'm not saying that.
But cheating is more than just having sex with someone. I have oftentimes I've heard that, cheating with someone is an emotional connection. It's not so much as just the sex. The sex is just a part of of the entire situation. But it's not so much it's the meaning of it and the whole reason for it and everything. But yeah, okay. But I don't know. I just beg to differ when it comes to men. I beg to differ on that. But cheating, of course, we all know cheating is wrong. I definitely think that cheating can definitely be. It all starts in the mind. I think yeah, it's definitely premeditated. It just don't happen. Cheating, you don't nobody just. Oh, I just fell on her. Oh, I just fell down on it on him. No, it's premeditated, it's planned, So, even if you go out you go out one night and having a good time with your friends, and you see that person, him or her, you see that person, and you're thinking, and you're gonna have conversations. It is premeditated. You don't just boom. It just happened. It never just happens. Never just happens. So it definitely starts in the mind. I think that it has a lot to do with the mindset of an individual, where they are, you know, maturely, where they are, where they are. I think that. Do you think that mature? I don't. I think that when a person cheats, it has a lot to do with their maturity level. I don't think they're mature enough. Absolutely. I'm guilty of cheating. I don't know if you guys are guilty of cheating. I'm sure you do your own confession. I'm not talking about now, but definitely back in the day, definitely, in my 20s, I'm guilty of cheating in my 20s for sure. Um, and maturity level, I was beyond immature, definitely beyond immature, and it has a lot to do with that. And do I regret it? Yes, I do. Why did I do it? Because that person was paying me more attention. It has a lot to do with, that person is giving you more. This
Mm-hmm.
person is painting a better picture, the picture, that life, and that picture what you really want and
Mm-hmm.
what you desire. Is doing everything that you really want versus what you already have. And so you want to slide on that side. So I definitely think that has a lot to do with the maturity level. So I have to really pinpoint that I was in my 20s, because someone would take that and run with it. Tell me about that. I'm gonna let Sirius K first because Queen ain't gonna take this and run with it. But Sirius K, I'm gonna let you go.
So bad, y'all. You know.
I'm just gonna say with cheating, it depends on what is what your love language is. That's
Mm,
the reason why you cheat. If you're missing that particular thing, whatever your love language is, and your partner is not giving you, whether it be sex, affection, words of affirmation, any of that, if my spouse or my partner or whoever it may be for you guys, if they're not giving me affection, my love language is affection. Okay, I need affection, I need attention, I need you to be here, I need. So if I'm not getting that, I'm gonna crave that. And
right.
if I all of a sudden I go to the gas station or the grocery store and this person is showing me attention and, oh, you're beautiful, and and they grab my hand, or I'm like, oh God, I haven't had that out and this and that. So it's gonna be easy for a person to give into that because that's what they're missing and
Right.
that's what they're yearning for, because that is a part of their love language.
Yeah.
If a person is real has a high sex drive, they're not getting the sex that they need at home, and somebody just start flirting with them on the job or whatever, and they're like, oh, I feel kind of, this is what I like and this is
Yeah.
what I need, and that person just keep on coming at them and coming at them. I mean, it could be easy for them to be tempted into temptation
Yeah.
and doing that, if it's conversation. So, and then like I said before, it depends on what cheating is for you. Like for me, even if my husband talked to another woman, you don't have to have sex. I believe that you don't have to have sex with someone to be cheating.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's
So if my husband is talking to a woman of the opposite sex and we're not friends, I don't know her, and I don't know that you guys are talking, and I'm not a part of the conversation, for me that's cheating.
Mhm.
absolutely
Because
100%.
I'm a woman, you have me here, I'm your wife.
Mhm.
Whatever it is you need to talk about, you can talk about that with me. Even if it's sports, whatever, I don't know much about football, tell me about it, let's talk about it, school
Yes.
me about it. So when I watch football with you, I can know, what's going on, and we can have that conversation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I think that it depends on what's missing. Now, when it comes to men, I can't really speak on that. I want to say it's about the sex plus plus their love languages. I can say it. I want to say that that's what it's for, but like I say, I can't really speak on that. But I know women, like Nikki just said, women, it's more of an emotional thing for us. I would like to believe that, because I know, yeah, I cheated before when I was younger, but I have since learned, if I don't want that person, if I don't want to be with you, I would rather sever it, cut ties with the relationship and go on. And me, I cheated because it was a thing that this person wasn't. My love language is words of affirmation and sex. So I wasn't getting those words of affirmation. I'm dressing up.
Wait, wait, wait. Did Kim say words of affirmation and sex? I'm like,
Yeah,
wait, wait.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, why you had to
You
bring
know
that
how
up?
you have a little, you have to number from the 1 through 5.
Is that a love
So
language?
that's
No.
1, 2, 1,
You just
2.
wait, Kim. You just threw in your own love language.
I
Like
just said
and
1,
sex.
2. So I wasn't getting those words of affirmation, telling me that. I mean, I know some people feel like, oh, that's shallow, you shouldn't care about that. But yeah, I do. I like to be, if I'm looking good, I like for my man to say, oh girl, you looking good.
Right.
Or I don't want to go out and then another man tell me that or whatever. So
Yeah.
I was missing those things, and so that guy was giving me that attention, and then it pulled me in. And then of course, I end up telling on myself. But
Right.
but yeah, I just feel like it depends on your needs and what you're missing. But I would say to anyone that's missing those needs, go to your partner and talk to them about it. Don't cheat. Go talk to them about it. If they don't straighten it out, just sever ties, just break up, just go on about your business.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait.
You know, see what? I'm not even gonna say nothing that bad. See, listen, Series K took it and run with it, y'all. I ain't got too much.
Right.
But I think definitely it doesn't have to be physical. I think emotional is worse than physical. And I say that because physically you can have sex with somebody one day and just disconnect. But when you have an emotional connection, you establish some type, you establish a bond that seems a little harder to break. because I know for me in the past when I cheated, and by the way, that statement, once a cheater is always a cheater, that's a lie. Because like for me, I cheated in my past, but absolutely today I'm the most loyal, committed person ever, and I would not even cheat on my husband. I can't even imagine cheating on him. But 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 in the past I have cheated, and it started out as emotional. So in the past when I was married, where, and be careful because I don't think he just in case he he may come across the stage, but I'm just but in the past, I have, cheated, and it started out as it was an emotional thing. Met the person at work. The person was giving me the attention, the acts of kindness. You mentioned love language. One of mine is act of kindness. It ain't even sexual, even though Kim made that up. Mine, the second is sex. So, but the first is definitely acts of kindness. When a person's showing me, like, it doesn't have to always be giving money, like nothing like that, but just doing things for me because I'm always busy. So showing me that you care in some way by doing some act of kindness, that shows me that you care. Definitely sex, definitely all day. But in the past, he wasn't giving me certain things. So it started out as a work affair. And he was showing me a lot of attention, and he was giving me emotional attention, and we developed a friendship. But maybe about a year or two later, we end up getting involved and having sex. And so yeah, so it's emotional is definitely cheating.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have
And
to
you know
work
what? You create really quick when it's emotional. You already in your mind. You already thinking stuff. So when they always say when you thinking it, you manifesting it. You manifesting it into being. So when you're emotionally, thinking about a person, you're emotionally connecting with a person. You already imagine it in your mind, and once you imagine it, you already creating it. So guess what? Most likely you're gonna get involved, whether it's that person or another person. I just thought
Yeah.
about something I wasn't gonna say, but but yeah, so you want to be mindful of that. And if you're married, you should not really be friends with the opposite sex unless your partner is also friends with that person.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know
That's
what? I heard a man say one time. He said that men, the question was asked, why do men get so upset when their women cheat but they've cheated on their woman, right? And so the guy said, well, because we know that when y'all cheat, y'all really like the dude, but when we do it, we don't have to like the woman.
You
So
wow.
know,
that's why it hurt so bad.
wow, that is true because a woman
Hmm.
when she cheat, yeah, she's pretty much done.
Yeah, yeah.
That is very true.
Wow,
'Cause
that's crazy.
wow, that's
Wow.
very true.
Listening to the comments of my co-hosts, I'm gonna have to work on my sexual nature because my co-hosts, both of them said sex as the second reason. I never said sex. Something wrong with my sexual. I said, show me a life that is, that I desire. They both said sex. No.
We could be in our prime. Maybe I don't know. I don't know, but I want
So something happens after 40.
to go.
Age
That's what
40,
I'm
after
saying.
40, something
Right.
happens.
Right. And since I'm 32, you're right.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
So you know what? I gotta listen. That's why God need to come on with the husband because
Oh my Lord.
while I'm in my prime, I want to enjoy my prime time.
Right, right,
Enjoy prime
right.
time. Listen,
All
y'all,
you
I had
single
to,
men, all single men that are tuning in, we have a available Queen A.
listen. At Planet Fitness, they have this massage thing, right? That's my form of entertainment.
Oh
They have this
gosh.
massage
Oh,
thing, right? So that's really good. It's a hydro water thing, and it massage you. So when I go, after I work out, I lay on the massage thing, and I just enjoy listen to music, close my eyes. But I may focus on certain areas because I really vibrate a lot, and it's really good. That's my
move
form of
on.
entertainment.
Moving on. Moving on to the next topic, y'all. How far will you go for love? How far, Queen A, will you go for love? Besides that massage.
That's where I go for love, y'all. To the gym massage.
I think a lot of us will. I mean, we will go some depths for love. I mean, it just excuse me, I think it really depends on the depth of the love you have for that individual. If you're in love with someone, and not if it's your spouse, I don't think there's a measure on it, or it shouldn't be a measure on it. Now, for someone, perhaps, but with your spouse, it should be unconditionally. That's my, that's my thoughts on it. That's my belief on it. But I know with everybody is different. But I think that for me, when it comes to the spouse, I think it should be unconditionally, children unconditionally. But we're talking about here relationships, everything, love and marriage. Okay, relationship. I think it should be unconditionally. But I know today's time, you step on someone's foot and that's your husband or wife, you might get some divorce papers the next day. So I know times are different. I know people are different. If it gets hot, if times get tough, situations can really take a turn for the left. So I do understand that times are different. But for me, I think that when it comes for how forward I go, love is definitely unconditionally for me in a relationship. Queen A.
Oh boy. I've learned something about myself in online dating. I learned a lot about myself. And one of the things I didn't realize, which I'm now learning, is that I used to run away from love. And so because of that, like I wasn't the type that would really, not saying I wouldn't invest, I would definitely invest, but it was a fear to, settle down. It was a fear. And not the fact that I was fearing to be with the person for a long time, but the fear of failure, that the relationship will fail, and knowing I can't take heartbreak. And so, but so for me, self love is very, very important. And so, when it comes to love, I'm learning as I mature and get older that now I will fight for, when it comes to love, I'll fight for it. But I'm always reminded about self love as well. So I'm always reminded how, like, ask myself the questions like, okay, is it disrupting my peace, my happiness? Is it going to affect me if I'm going to do so much and try to fight or find love? But also want to bring up Sirius K told me about this show and on Netflix. I forgot the name of it.
Swindler.
Yeah, Tinder Swindler. I
Mhm.
finally watched it earlier today, and these people were really going far for love because this show, and Series K probably gonna talk more about it, but this show really show how, and this is why you gotta be careful, especially women on online dating, because these men were really doing some stuff to these women, and because they felt a connection to them, because they felt some type of love, because they was really searching for love, these guys swindled them out of like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. I was sitting there on the show like I can't believe this. But the
Mhm.
thing, that's why I said self love is so important, because if I'm involved in a relationship and I see a man keep asking me for money, I'm like, hold on, like wait a minute now, So, and it just goes to show like how you could be manipulated when you're looking for love. So if you don't have self love, you can be manipulated. So yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Serious K,
agree.
what are your thoughts, hon?
I agree. Like those ladies on that show that kept giving that man that money. The farthest I'm gonna go, I'm gonna help you catch up on some bills. I'm gonna make sure that we ain't in debt. But when you start, baby, I need $20,000 because somebody got a hit out on me. Listen, we need to go see somebody and talk to somebody because let's go to the cops and see what can be done because I am not going to get no quick loan, payday loan to give you no $20,000 because you say somebody got a hit on you. You got to prove this to me. I
Hmm.
need to see the hitters. Where
Yeah,
the hitters at?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I'm not doing no it makes me think about that movie Indecent Proposal. I'm not doing no indecent proposal type stuff. I
Yeah.
ain't robbing no banks for you.
Yeah.
Like you say, Queen A, if it causes me my freedom and my peace, I'm not doing that. But I definitely believe in unconditional love. I mean, whatever it is that you want to do, and I
Hmm.
have the means or the capability, and we can and I can help you do it, I will go through great lengths to help you. I
Hmm.
will sacrifice some stuff. you
Yeah,
know, help
yeah,
you. It you know, to support you, whatever it is, to support your dream or whatever it is that you trying to do. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If we need to sell the house and stay in an apartment because you got this dream, and I believe in that dream,
Yeah.
and we can do this. Let's figure out a way to
yes,
do this. You
yes.
know,
Yeah.
so yeah, I will go. I will go for love for my husband. For my
Yeah.
husband.
For
Yeah.
You know,
Hmm.
you said
first
that.
love.
Yeah, because I remember I met someone. This was years ago, and we just started talking and everything, and I noticed he'll call and he'll say, "Hey, he wouldn't ask for money right away, but he would kind of throw out like, "Hey, I'm having issues with my car. I got to work a lot because I'm having issues with my car. I'm trying to figure out where to get this money from." And I'm like, so I'm listening. I'm like, "Here we go." So I didn't say anything. I'm just listening. I said, "Okay, okay." A few times he kept calling and. He tried his best to befriend me, like giving me all type of compliments, like just showing me a lot of attention. But I noticed he kept bringing up money. So next thing you know, he called me real early in the morning, about 6:30. Said he had a issue with his car, and he asked if he can borrow, like I think it was like $500. So I said no. I was like no. So he was like, well, if you can't lend me that, you lend me maybe half of it, like 250, 200. And I was like no. So he was like, oh come on, we friends. I really like you, but I just thought about it because I said when I learned more about him, I found out he was doing it to several women. So I mean, we used to work together. So I found out he was doing this to several women on a job. He had slept with several women and was getting money out of them.
That's
They
how the swindler was doing, and he
yeah.
was using that money to trick other women
See,
into giving money because he would wine them and dine them and take them out. That
yeah,
would be the first date. Take you on a private jet, take you to this luxurious hotel, these nice five, 10-star restaurants, all this kind of stuff to make you think he's to sell his story, to make you think he's rich, just like he said he was, diamond dealer, rich, got this company, him and his family. And so they believe him. So then when he started asking to borrow money, his bank account is tied up because these people are looking for him, the enemy, and money tied. They believe him because they saw him spending this money, but that
yeah.
was money that he got from the previous woman
Hmm.
so that he can get more money. So he made up all kind of stories, and that's how they get them.
Wow. See, that's why you got to be discerning. I mean, that's why you got to really be. And sometimes I think like I'm on guard too much, or maybe putting up a boundary too much. But when I hear stuff like that, it makes me realize, and I'm glad that I grew wiser. So, as you get older, you grow wiser, and when you develop
Hmm.
self love, you grow wiser, and you have more of
Yeah.
a developing, a discerning spirit when it comes to certain things.
And I
Yes.
wonder when did it shift in relationships that a person feels obligated as they do in a marriage? When did it shift? Like what
Mhm.
happened? When did it shift the mindsets that you feel like you gotta operate as a husband and wife? Like those women on Tinder, what was that Tinder's
Swindler.
swindlers, where they had to take out loans for him and do all that when he was just a were they even dating? Were they even considered boyfriend? They were just
Yeah.
Yeah, he would ask him, be my woman, and he even had him going looking for apartments and gave him a spending limit, as far as
there
rent, this
but
and
there
that.
was no commitment there. There was no forget that. There was no marriage there. But
No.
you felt like I'm obligated to go and take out a loan for him or to go find an apartment or house or condo or whatever.
Yes,
When did the mindset shift to where you felt like you had to do the duties of a wife or a husband in the mind of people?
exactly. And
But you
that's
know
the
when
thing. Like our admin said, I kept saying while watching the whole thing, y'all, he's supposed to be rich. He's supposed to be rich. Why does he need this money? Why does he need this money?
But and like watching the show, these women, like he put them, he made them feel like they can be vulnerable. So they became very vulnerable, fell in love and everything. But what was happening, like he made it this whole story. So he was already
Hmm.
collecting lies. He was already
Yeah.
up lives. Like he was saying, he was in a diamond business, and the diamond business is, of course, a risky business. So he was, he took pictures of his bodyguard to make it seem like he got into like a fight or brawl. He needs, so he said that he was being followed. He couldn't use his credit cards. So eventually he started asking, "Hey, I can't use my credit cards. I promise I give it back. Can you take out a loan for me?" So, so he was already creating a bunch of lies. He was already leading up to it from the beginning of the meeting. So he was already leading up to it.
Yeah, because he was sending the same videos to all those women. So it was like old videos and stuff like that. But my thing is, the first time you ask me, I'm done anyway. I ain't going no further.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, baby. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I don't have. But the last one, in the end, I loved her. She got him, baby. She was like, "Okay, send me your clothes. I'm going to help you. Let me sell your clothes and I get you the money." She was selling them clothes and she kept the money.
I know that's right.
I may not have gotten all my money back, but I got some.
I know that's right. That's just crazy. It just show, it just really goes to show again about self-love. It's like, especially if you're single, married, single, whatever. But when it comes to loving, just falling in love, being in love, is important to first have self-respect for yourself, and also think about standards. Like that's why it's important to create standards. And this woman, I listened to their story. I wonder what was her standards. Because I'm like, I can't even.
When you're desperate for love, you'll do anything and put up with any and everything. I hear it all the time. People just desperate for love, like, and you just deal with it.
Desperate for love, you end up being manipulated, and you end up doing things that's just getting involved with married people, getting involved with somebody is not any good for you. You end up doing crazy stuff just to get that love or that attention or whatever it is. But it's just.
So, but is it really? So, is it love make you do crazy things? Love is blind. Is it really love?
It depends on what your definition of love is.
But is it love though?
It depends on what your definition of love is.
I think that love is intelligent. I think that love, it encompasses so much more than. I don't think that love make you do crazy things. I think you do the crazy things. I don't think love make you do the crazy things.
I think it's hurt.
So you're so infatuated, with that individual. And then come on now. Usually when you do crazy stuff, sex is involved most of the time. And we all know what sex makes people do. We all know.
I knew a lady. Somebody did some crazy stuff.
Oh, Kim corrected it. She's like,
and then they admitted later that the sex wasn't good. I'm like, how people always say, we always put it there. We always go, "Oh, he must have did this and he must got." Then later on, the person said, "I never even had an orgasm."
What?
And you was doing some crazy stuff, lady. The Bible explains love. And he never said love was crazy. He never said love was crazy. He never said love was blind. He never said love would make
it's a Bible scripture that says love is blind, right?
Yes, a show. Mm-hmm.
A show. A show.
I thought you said, is there a show? Okay.
No, I was saying, is it in the Bible that it says love? Is it the scripture, right?
Oh.
No, the Bible.
I'm making up stuff.
No.
No. Seriously,
I thought she said a show. I'm like,
yeah.
It's called Blind Love.
What, talking about the show? It's all kind of reality shows, but y'all know what is that series? Corinthians 13 that talks about love.
Corinthians
13.
Oh yeah, it says love is patient, love is kind. Yeah.
They never describe love as blind, love as crazy.
No.
Never describe love as that.
No.
So is it really love that makes us do all that stuff? No. No.
I have to read this.
And we know what love is according to the Bible, but some people, they have their own definition. Let
me read it, y'all. So this is 1 Corinthians from the ESV version.
Okay, you go with the other versions. Go ahead.
Which one did you read from? Which one?
King James or New King James.
Well, just we don't have one a minute.
So y'all can read the King James Version, but it says, love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believe all things, hope all things, endure all things. Love never ends. As for prophecies, they will pass away. As for tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will pass away. Wow.
I just say love is intelligent. So kill the myth that love is blind. Love is make us do crazy things. No, it don't. It's what we're missing. We're missing love. That's why we're crazy. That's
Yes.
why we're blind, because we're missing it. We're missing the self-love. That's why we do crazy stuff, because we don't have that self-love. We're blind because we don't have love that is guiding us to do the right thing, because it's just explained. Go ahead, Queen A.
And the first thing, of course, is developing self love for yourself. But it's important to have a relationship with a higher power, with God.
Important.
Because when you have a relationship with God, you know, He gets you through all things. But the most important, the next thing is having a relationship with you, having self love, self respect. Yeah, that way you're maturing. You're not just going for anything. You can't be fooled. You can't be blinded. You can't be crazy.
Yes.
Right. This has been a great show, y'all. We're like overtime. Great show. We always have such great show. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Tune into our podcast weekly. We love y'all. Thanks so much for the interaction. Have a great, safe, and blessed week. We are out of here. We shall see you
Good
next
night.
week. Good night.